Today's video, we're continuing the alternate future of the world series. Well, as we know, the red team's on its road to victory. So the blue team decides its best bet is to try to advance as far as it can. The advancing as far as it can. And then they realize that's as far as they can get. So they launch a few naval invasions in South Africa, and one over here, and one up here. But they get kicked back, and back, and back, and kicked back even more. And well, in the front line here, they start getting kicked back. But not as fast as you may think. No, not as fast. Could have been faster. And with the totalitarians now on the top, the democracies need to think of what their next move will be as they start getting pushed back. They will have to think of their next move once the alliance between these two powers collapses, which they know is going to happen after the war, but they don't know when. Basically, yeah. Well, they get pushed back all the way to there. The democracies have one more offensive attempt, but it does not go anywhere. It just says, hey, basically, you can still do this. But with them having to start pulling back, and then eventually they decide to pull out of this mainland. As the main forces of the totalitarian empires decide to go south. And south. And then they take these two islands over. In this island. Well, they move down this island. Down. And now they land on Jakarta, is that this island? It's a city in Java. One or the other as they move into Java. With all their occupied land being taken over. Now it's red team occupation. As red team now occupies all of this. All of the former great East Asian empire. With them not advancing as fast now. After this, they're advancing pretty fast here. But their advance, they slow down a bit. As they move into northern Australia. As they manage to take some lands and occupy this area of it, they then decided to land in northern... Wait, they still need to take these islands. That includes these islands. With them now in New Zealand against a democratic empire. I don't know what the nation is. It's just one nation. They're probably going to change it to the American Union soon because they're going to lose all of the Pacific area. And well, it looks like it's going to be hard to sustain. With them moving through the outback. And they form a front line going straight across it as they decide to launch another invasion into Queensland. And well, this goes pretty well. And well, they get pushed back significantly. Them being forced to decide to either leave here or fall here, and they decide to leave. With them moving in against the coastline, and they take parts of the coastline, then they move into Tasmania. And well, by doing this, they manage to occupy these parts of the lands. And well, they have taken over this. Well, their takeover goes well, as they are forced to leave the island, with an offensive being created into Alaska. It does really well, as it then takes Anchorage, leading to this area being forced to surrender. as they moved down Canada's coast, taking Vancouver and Victoria. With the Americans worried they can't stop it. As it moves into the American part of this union, the American Union. Why the American Union? Because South America, North America, or Americas, depend what you call it. As they move down the Pacific coast into California, and they move into the mountainous area. Well, they also started an offensive in Greenland. Manages to occupy it like this. Well, they use this to move into northern Canada. With the American Union now ready to counter-offend in their own territory, they start pushing them north. Well, you can see it's going well. Well, they kick them out, followed by the liberation of Greenland. Why would you liberate Greenland? Well, that's because they do. Well, they end up knocking the totalitarian pact out. The totalitarians try South America, where they land in the tip of Brazil. Well, it goes really well. And well, they manage to take quite a bit of territory. So they start an Argentinian offensive from the south into Patagonia. Quickly, it reaches into like where Argentina would be. And then they go up the coastline. And that becomes the extent of the front line. But then the front line turns and starts pushing back. And they start pushing back these forces. These forces may have made a good offensive, but they didn't really. And well, the totalitarians and the democracy union, or the American Union, agrees to peace and they end the war. The peace treaty will be in the next episode, which will be, I think this is part 9. Or part 10. Yes, this is part 10, so it'd be part 10.5 will be the peace treaty. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment while Mapper out. And until you subscribe, bye guys!